All right, folks, we are finishing out our CPL league here with blue-white Replenish. Going to be on the draw. This hand. Oh, man, this is kind of a tough question. I mean, you probably should mulligan. But on the other hand, we're on the draw. And these cards all do stuff to buy time. So maybe this is a greedy keep here. We'll find out. Basic Forest. Well, we can answer the Findhorn Elves. Then we have a Seal of Cleansing for their Survival of the Fittest. Draw Ancient Tomb for the turn. Here's the swords. Pass it back. Wooded Foothills. Crack it. And it's not a survival, it's a Maltani's Acolyte, okay. Parallax Wave. Now that is a pretty good one here. So I think... So if I play Adarkar Wastes and I draw like Frantic Search, I think it's... I guess it's going to be pretty obvious what we're on when I play this Seal of Cleansing, but... I don't know, the Skycloud Expanse takes away any doubt. So maybe I should play Adarkar Wastes here. But if we draw Frantic Search and then find... Like, we'd be able to get the double blue to play Parallax Tide and then take out our opponent's lands. Well, we are drawing Ancient Tombs and not Parallax, our Frantic Searches or Parallax Tides. So here's a Tsabo's Web. We'll cycle that one. And if it wasn't clear that we weren't playing land still, it should be now. There's a Replenish. I'll just play Adarkar Wastes and pretend like maybe playing Swords to Plowshares is something we might do. So this Replenish isn't bad here. We've really drawn okay, despite maybe this questionable keep. Because we could Seal of Cleansing a Survival of the Fittest and still replenish it back and then do a Parallax Wave shenanigan. Tangle Wire. So do I want to seal this right away? So our opponent will be pretty tapped down. See, the thing is, we're probably not doing anything on our turn anyway. And our opponent will be tapped down for their turn. So this seems okay. Not a bad time to have Tsabo's Web in play. Alright, here's the Tangle Wire trigger. Tapping down my squad. Or, well, it's not really a squad, but my terrain, I guess you might say. Alright, so the opponent manages to stack their Fade and Tangle triggers after chewing up some clock there. Another Acolyte, okay. Well, we still have a lot of time left here. And there's a Frantic Search. Okay, so that seems pretty good. That was a good draw. So I'm gonna definitely take my chances with this. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, okay, so we kind of have everything here. So I guess I'm gonna put Opalescence and Parallax Wave in the graveyard. My only regret is I don't see how we can Parallax Tide also, but getting the Wave and the Opalescence established seems good enough, and then we'll tide them out of the game next turn. So I'll untap 1, 2, 3 lands. Three lands. Okay. You can never quite know with the old Magic Online interface. Okay, yeah, all right. Here's the replenish. Just negotiating the... Okay, and the opponent concedes there. All right, very good. Well, that hand, you know, it had the things against elves. It had a Swords to Plowshares and a Seal of Cleansing to buy time if they did have their survival. So how do I want to sideboard here? I think it's pretty easy to cut Tsabo's Web for an Annul. I could probably cut a Seal for Annul. They are playing Tangle Wires. I guess I'll cut a Parallax Tide. Seal, actually, I don't think I want to cut. Yeah, this is probably like a trim on Parallax Tide, add Annul kind of matchup. Having some tides seems okay. But I mean, I guess we really don't want them to resolve survival. And Tangle Wire is pretty good. And they might have like Tormod's Crypt or Phyrexian Furnace. So I'll give this a shot. Well, this hand certainly has all the things that we want to see here. I guess the only thing is we kind of don't have a ton of permanents for Tangle Wire this time. So that could be a problem. I think the plan here is just to play the basic island. And hope not to get Tangle Wired. All right, well, that's not Tangle Wire. Is there a reason to do something besides just play Attunement? I don't think so. Okay, so I think if our opponent does play Tangle Wire, we're going to end up intuitioning for Frantic Search, which is going to let us untap our lands. And then if they do like anything else, we're going to be fine. And so they do have enough mana to tap this Priest of Titania for a Tangle Wire here. So is that the plan? Okay, well, there's a Tormod's Crypt, so it won't just be able to, it won't be that easy, it turns out. So that was the thing about going in this Attunement direction, is it did get us off our getting closer to double white. You know, that's ideally what would happen. Okay. So do I want to activate Attunement here? Now I do have plenty of lands that I can discard. I think I'll give it a spin here. I mean, there is a chance that we draw Frantic Search, and then we get to play Parallax Wave this turn. But we don't. It's just a lot of lands, but I guess that's okay. So here we go, discarding a lot of lands. So I'm going to play the Skycloud Expanse here. And so we could theoretically do something like Intuition for Annul if they do something scary. And playing Survival of the Fittest from this spot might be scary enough to warrant that kind of action. Well, Korean Ranger is not that scary. Another play that's available to us is the Intuition for Swords to Plowshares. Multani's Acolyte. Oh, I'm not going to worry about that one too much. Here's a Cradle. What are we going to do with 9 mana? Play Deranged Hermit. Okay. Still not really fast enough to clock us here. Because hang on, this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I guess that means I can't really tap the Ancient Tomb. But if I play Parallax Wave here, and they don't have an answer, I think the Parallax Wave will mean we're okay. So let's see. What we could do here is like Intuition for Parallax Wave. And just make sure that we have like multiple waves to play. Because I just want to do something with my mana. I think I'm going to try that. Okay, so 3 waves coming up. All right, well, so if my opponent has Naturalize here, then, you know, we are just toast. Well, I do get to exile a bunch of tokens. Looks like they're going to have Naturalize. So I get to, come on, all right. And, yeah, I don't think I can do anything. There's no point in exiling anything else, so we'll have to pass here. So they're going to pay for their Deranged Hermit, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yes, they're attacking for 8. So we don't need to tap the Ancient Tomb next turn, which is pretty fortunate. And I think if I exile 3 of their guys... Now let's see, did they draw something good? Unclear. Wow, and I don't even have to crack the Flooded Strand here. So let's see if that's somehow good enough. Well, they didn't naturalize it on their end step, so this is a good start. So I just need to exile 1, 2, 3 attackers and go to 1. So 1, 2, 3. Wow. If this works, I'm going to be pretty impressed. Or it really means that just drawing that Adarkar Wastes back there was really good. Quirion Ranger, that's not going to do it. But they are untapping Priest here. I think we did it, folks. Unless they've got something crazy here. Okay, so we'll exile Parallax Wave to itself. Now, before they draw a card, we'll take out their team, and I just have to be very deliberate about this. And make sure nothing goes wrong. It looks like it's working. I don't think the opponent floating mana does anything here. Yeah, sometimes I just wish it would work the first time I clicked it. Okay, here we go. All right. Resolve some more wave triggers. And I screwed it up there a little bit. We'll have to just do it one more time. All right, riveting gameplay, but this is the mechanics of making Replenish happen. Okay, their board is exiled. They get to draw a card. We are at 1 life. Let's see what they can do. Not much, it appears. Yeah, because like survival, you know, is now a creature for Opalescence. So I don't really know what my opponent could have that would matter. Plains seems like a fine draw. So we can tap these boys and get out an Attunement. And then we can attack for 4. And this Attunement, you know, accelerates our clock nicely. And if we need to do an emergency, you know, activation of it, that is available to us. And I'll just reset the Parallax Wave on their end step. Then, like, is it greedy to activate the Attunement here? I guess if the opponent wants to keep playing, I don't know why I would not activate Attunement. All right, well, we didn't find much anyway. I'll just discard these guys. And we'll replay the Attunement. Maybe I should have discarded Replenish there. Probably what I should have done is actually played Replenish. So that they activate their crypt. And then my future Replenishes are alive. So, you know, that was not very imaginative thinking on my behalf. Reset the wave. Start my turn. Draw Ancient Tomb. Attack. And I think I will go ahead and play Replenish. Yeah. Activating Skycloud Expanse, always an irritation. All right, now Crypt is activated. That's out of our way. And we'll see what their opponent can do on the last turn here with 2 mana, 2 life, 5 cards. All right, the opponent says GG. Nice. All right, let's see if we can keep it going into round 5 here on the draw. And well, this one I am going to mulligan for sure. And just thinking about my round 4 game 1 hand, yeah, I mean, think on the play, I think that is a mulligan, but on the draw is probably fine. Yeah, I'll take a mulligan here. And yeah, this hand has some lands and spells, so I'll throw back the extra Parallax Wave. Opponent's on a mulligan to 5, it looks like. And a Polluted Delta from the opponent. All right, well, I will Flooded Strand and pass. If I get a chance to fetch around Stifle, I'll probably take it. Well, I'll just try to maximize my land draws here, but I guess the opponent is stuck on 1 land. Is it worth trying to get this Seal of Cleansing out? I guess so. Right, we didn't get stifled, so that's good. Here's an island. Here's a Seal of Cleansing. The seal is in. All right, now here's where I need to draw land. Oh. This might be, I think, the first time I've bricked here. But a bit of a cripple fight here. As we both look for more lands. Okay. Not finding the land either. A good time, I guess. I mean, at least I'm up by 50% more lands than my opponent. Here we go. This discard may be revealing a smother, so probably Psychotog then. Ooh, we got there. Okay. I'm just going to jam the Attunement and not think too hard about it. Attunement is in. The opponent has bricked again, unfortunately, so they're going to be dependent on Daze and maybe Force Spike. Because we're pretty likely to jam a banger of some kind here. Another seal. All right, well, let's start with the Attunement. Oh, we bricked pretty hard ourselves. All right, so I've got some combo components in the graveyard. So yeah, 2 seals, an Opalescence, and a wave, and then I think I'll try a Frantic Search here. I would like to start making some moves. Okay, looks like we're all set there. So I think I can discard 1 land, and what should the last card be? We're probably, I don't think, I mean, discarding Swords to Plowshares could come back to bite me. I guess, what do I want to play this turn? I think maybe I'll just discard the Attunement, actually, is what I'll do. And then I'll untap 3 lands. And I'm going to play Opalescence and attack with Seal of Cleansing. But then Parallax Wave is a pretty, a big play next turn. Okay, the opponent's ready to concede. All right. I mean, maybe it is better just to jam Replenish there when they're showing weakness. But it seems to have gotten the job done anyway. So this is going to be the old board in a bunch of Orim's Chants and Exalted Angels and remove the card disadvantage spells. And then Swords is like okay. Seal probably doesn't have a ton of targets. And they probably do play some Tormod's Crypts. And sorting a Psychotog could be good. So I think I'm just going to try this. All right, well, we have some lands and spells here. We just need to kind of draw a Tide or... Okay, well, they're going to duress us, but I guess they'll probably take Replenish. But that is okay. But yeah, it's nice to not mulligan against the discard decks. They actually take Seal of Cleansing, so maybe that means they do have a discard spell. Sorry, a Tormod's Crypt. I'm just going to lead on Adarkar Wastes here. Keep my options open in case I draw Attunement. I guess so. Opponent's just passing. Well, see, we did draw Attunement, so that's why I played the Adarkar Wastes. So this is going to get an Annul from the opponent, which I don't really mind. We can always Replenish. So we're going to like jam the Opalescence. Then we are a white mana short from... No, we actually, yeah. We can play Opalescence. And then we do have the double. You only need double white to Orim's Chant to Replenish. So Here comes the Opalescence. Opponent's got a counterspell for us. So if nothing happens here, I'm definitely gonna take do the Orim's Chant and then take the kind of the 3-for-1 off the Replenish. Yeah, so I'll try the Orim's Chant, see how this goes. And the opponent concedes. All right. They did not want to take their chances against my couple enchantments there. Cool. We are 5-0. Exciting. All right. Well, here we go for the 6th and final round here. Pretty easy mulligan to start things off. So we'll keep here. Put back the extra attunement. Pretty easy decision. And I think I'll lead on the Adarkar Wastes. That way, if I draw Ancient Tomb, I can play the Attunement. And then I don't have to reveal what I'm on. A defense grid. Interesting. Well, I can't really do anything on their turn for the most part anyway. Well, it's one good thing about not playing any counter spells is God, this one gets me every time playing the filter lands. Holy smokes. All right. Anyway, we can just seal the defense grid if we need to Frantic Search on their turn. So it looks like the opponent's going to be on Flinker. They've got some Mind Stones. Yeah, we just need to get there as quickly as possible. And to that end, you know, Attunement seems like the only real choice for something to do here. We are going to be ships passing in the night. Who can get to the end zone first here? I mean, hopefully this Seal of Cleansing is doing something. Like they're on a Anvil of Bogarden win as opposed to Tinker, or as opposed to not as opposed to Tinker, as opposed to Fling. Now, do I want to seal this Tangle Wire? Yeah, see, this is like a good Tangle Wire for my opponent, not like that Elves one, because I am hoping to do something on my turn here. I don't think we can afford to just sit back. So I will activate Attunement. This just seems pretty slow, unfortunately. Like just playing a Parallax Wave. Yeah, Parallax Wave really doesn't do anything. But I guess I'll keep the Adarkar Wastes. I mean, I could just play Intuition now, but I might as well Frantic Search first. Okay. And then we're just kind of hoping to somehow find like Replenish and... Okay, well, Parallax Tide. Now that is a card that does do something. We are in a slightly awkward spot. But I probably do have to play Parallax Tide and take their lands. And then... like Intuition for Replenish. And hope that that gets us to the Promised Land. Something like that is the plan. So activate Skycloud Expanse. Activate Skycloud Expanse. Here's the Parallax Tide. Take out some lands here. Try to leave our opponent on not much. Ooh, another Tangle Wire. Okay, now we can still Intuition in our upkeep for Replenish, though. With this on the stack, so that actually doesn't slow us down too bad. So we'll activate Skycloud Expanse. Activate Skycloud Expanse. See, look at that efficient tapping. Now the only thing is actually getting everything through the Tangle Wire. But I actually have a plan, as we'll see in a second here. Okay. Well, let's see. I don't know if my plan is going to work, because the plan is to exile my own lands to Parallax Tide. But I just don't have enough to make a big impact here. That's unfortunate. So I'm going to have to tap down 3. Because I could exile 1 land here. And that just does not really help. So yeah, it was an interesting idea. Like, maybe if I had exiled 1 less land, we could maybe have played around this Tangle Wire a bit more. But I will tap, tap. I guess tap. And yeah, like Ancient Tomb. That would be the draw. It's not Ancient Tomb. All right. Well, we ran pretty hot there. And I don't know how we're going to survive this. I guess what I need to do is just draw the Ancient Tomb, because we're going to have 2 lands untapped. And if we can draw the Ancient Tomb, that'll do it. Or maybe the opponent just bricks. Those 2 should be fine to tap. All right, Ancient Tomb 1 time, or City of Traitors. Plains. Ah, man, I can play Attunement, but I just don't think that does it. Well, I'll get it out there. I mean, if I do get to Replenish next turn, then we're rocking and rolling. Like, maybe our opponent just doesn't have it, and they need to, like, sacrifice Mind Stones to draw cards. Tapping a bunch of... Impulsing. All right, well. I see they had to pay through their own defense grid there for that impulse. So that's kind of suggests that maybe they don't immediately have it. Not much I can do here against their defense grid, so we are F6'd. All right, they play a Lotus Petal. Oh, your last 2 cards of the combo. They're tapping a bunch of mana. Is it like a Fact or Fiction? A Tinker, okay. Yeah, there's the altar. And is this... And that is 6 mana for the Devour. Alright, yeah, so they just exile their library and then deck me, so they've got it. I guess I could have looked closer at their library, but it's going to be a bunch of what we saw already. Alright, so I don't believe that Swords to Plowshares actually does anything here. Tsabo's Web does tap to alter to Tangle Wire. So I could see Orim's Chant doing something against Hydroblast. And I guess I'll have the Annul. So do I want to cut like Intuition? I mean, Parallax Wave, I guess. Kind of a weak one. How low on Parallax Wave do I want to go? I mean, I think 3 is fine. Frantic Search does the thing against Tanglewire. I think I'll just play with 2 Orim's Chants, and I don't think I want to cut my own intuitions. I mean, they are playing their own defense grids after all. Okay. Well, this hand is going to let us Attunement into Parallax Tide, so that's pretty good. And I think I'm fine just playing this Skycloud Expanse here. And a Mind Stone from the opponent. Makes sense. Okay. Oh, a couple Lotus Petals. All right, well, the heat is on. An Opalescence. Yep, I think we're just going to stick with a plan here. Deploy Attunement. See what the opponent's got for us. They could definitely just like tinker and there's the altar. Do you have tinker also? It looks like they do. All right. Well, I don't think there was too much we could do about that. All right. I'm just going to give them the GGs. All right, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, so 5-1 in the CPL league with this build of Replenish. All in all, it was pretty darn good. Yeah, if we had maybe some additional counter spells, maybe we could have done better against the Flinker deck. Although, we do have Annul on the board, we just didn't draw any of them. Maybe, I didn't even think about bringing in Blue Elemental Blast just to counter the Fling, and I guess maybe Pyroblast, although that didn't come up at all. Anyway, this build seemed like crazily good for the most part, and really did what it was supposed to do. Yeah, if your skill set isn't like, long, grindy games, and more about making like some specific strategic decisions, this deck should be really good. So I'm looking at the CPL league standings, and so I think I counted 17 people, who are gonna be 5-1 or better, and so I just haven't done this before, but I think I'll be playing for the winning in, because I was down here with 9 points from my first 3 wins, and then after 2-1 will be the 18th 15-point player. So I think there's like some kind of a elimination to get into the top 8 or top 16. I guess we'll see. Hopefully there'll be another video to come. But all right, anyway, that is the Replenish content for today. Thanks for watching. All right.